YouTube is the only thing I've ever wanted to do. Well, 200 subscribers. I never thought I'd even hit 200. I'm gonna be completely honest. And I can't believe we're here at 200 subscribers. It's honestly a little surreal because 2 years ago, I hit 100. Hell, I remember hitting 50 and I was so excited. And then I hit 100 and I bought a cake and I decorated it and I put it on the community post. I didn't even make a video, I don't think. But I'm doing a video for 200, don't you worry. Is the lighting making the camera a little fuzzy? I can't tell. My camera moves at like freaking 20 frames. Trust me, I could fix it. Watch. Ready? Now my camera moves super smooth, but it's all sandy, so I don't record like this. I do a lower frame rate but cleaner camera. I don't know what you guys would want. That's just what I do. It froze for a second, but hey, that's just how that camera works. So thank you for 200 subscribers. This is bonkers. I'm so happy I'm here. I was so excited yesterday when we hit 200, and I am hoping we can hit 500. That's been my goal since the very beginning, I think, was 500. I feel like 500 is a good milestone. Then after 500, you go 1,000. After 1,000, you go 5,000, and then 10,000, and I guess 50,000. I don't know. So if you were here just for the thank you, then there. Thank you for 200 subscribers. I love you guys. I can't believe we actually hit 200. And I'm actually going to tell a story about why I'm doing YouTube and how I got here. So if you want to hear the story, stick around. I don't have a script. I don't do scripts. I've recorded this video like twice already. I do not do scripts. I hate scripts. So bear with me. So I've always wanted to do YouTube as a job since I found out you could actually do that. This might sound crazy, but the day I found out you got paid from YouTube was watching Markiplier, which Markiplier was definitely my biggest inspiration. I mean, seriously, without even knowing it, I basically have the same intro. Hello, everybody, my name is, and then I say Shark instead of Markiplier. I didn't even realize I did that until I was watching one day, and I'm like, wait, isn't that just Markiplier's intro? And that's just what's natural. That's just what came out when I started, and that's just what I stick with. So there, my inspiration for my intro is Markiplier. And of recent times, Queso has actually been a really big inspiration to keep me going. Because there are times where I'm just like, I don't know if I can do this, but then I hear Queso's story, and I'm like, okay, I can do it. I'm gonna try. So let me give you the story of, again, like I said, where I started. Back in 2012, is when I first started making videos. My YouTube channel, I think, was called A&K Gaming, which stood for Anthony and Kevin Gaming. We'll get to Kevin in a minute. I tried so hard to get that channel up and going, but believe it or not, I didn't have money. I was actually a broke kid. Seriously, the foods we eat on a weekly basis, I can count on my hands. I'm not gonna complain though. We ate. At least we ate. That's what mattered, was that we were fed. Fortunately, over the years, we got a little more money, and now we're in a house. We don't own it, we rent it, but it's better than an apartment. Trust me, I lived in an apartment. Whew, apartments are not, I don't like them. And then to talk about the other channels I started, we gotta talk about Kevin. Kevin was my childhood friend. We knew each other because our dads worked together. My dad was the maintenance manager of the apartment complex I lived in. So I basically got to do whatever I want. For example, around the entire apartment, there were these faucets. You couldn't turn them on though, but I could. I was like the only kid who actually could turn on the faucets because my dad, who was the maintenance manager, had the valve. It was this little red valve you could put on any of the faucets and twist and turn it on. So if kids wanted water out of the faucets, who'd they go to? Me, which made me not very liked. No one really liked me. The only friend I had was Kevin. And the reason he was my friend is because our dads knew each other, and so we knew each other. And we started a couple of YouTube channels, but since we were broke, we didn't have any consoles. The only thing Kevin had was a Wii, and we didn't know how to record on that. So what did we resort to? Mobile gaming. And if you're a mobile YouTuber, let me tell you something. I don't mean any disrespect. Trust me, I was there, but no one wants to watch a mobile YouTube channel. I'm very sorry to say it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Mobile gaming is not a good way to start YouTube. Sorry, it's not a bad way. It's not a good solution. If you want to go YouTube full time, mobile is horrible. Don't do mobile. But if it's the only resort and you really want to try, go for it. I'm never going to say don't start a YouTube channel, but I'm just telling you, if you want long term, you're gonna have to switch it up. You can't do mobile. Trust me, I know from experience. I didn't have a phone growing up. My friend Kevin did. My first phone didn't even have YouTube on it. It was like, it's like a super small phone. I actually have it on my desk. Where are my desk keys? Goddamn! It is right here in the drawer of my desk. This was my very first cell phone. Look at this thing. Super small. And the only game I ever had on that was Bejeweled Demo. After like 2 levels, it'd be like, I get out of here or buy the full version. So I never actually played video games growing up. I mean, I did, but like much games. I didn't play much games because I didn't have a console. I didn't get my first console until 2016, I think. My very first console was the Wii U. I still got it. It's in my living room too. I love that thing. So the only time I ever actually played games that wasn't on my phone was at Kevin's house. Again, he had a Wii. And we tried to start a bunch of channels together. Like I said, A&K Gaming stood for Anthony and Kevin Gaming, which didn't last. We tried one called Funny Puppets. If you remember the YouTube channel SML, we tried to do that with puppets, or I guess stuffed animals. I could tell you the cast too. There was Lovable Lion, which I still have somewhere. I don't know where. There was a monkey. I don't remember its name. And then a Hershey bar stuffed animal, which I'm kind of glad that channel didn't go off because that would have been a copyright issue. We didn't know that at the time. Obviously, we were kids. But having a Hershey bar plush as one of the main characters, and his name was just Hershey, that's copyright. And then one day my friend just decided to delete the channel, even though we had like 100 subscribers. And then I want to say back in 2017 or 18, he moved away. He moved to Mexico. So I basically never saw him again. To this day, I saw him once. It's because he came back for a month. And then he came over to my house because I moved by the time he came back. He left and we just never saw each other again. We haven't even spoke since. Kevin, if you're out there, I'm looking for you. I will find you. I feel like he doesn't want to talk to me no more because my sister apparently knows where he works and works right next to him. My sister works at an establishment, I'm not going to say where, that he frequented. But it's up to speculations, right? Oh my goodness gracious, you can see my muscles from this camera angle. Ooh! So anyway, YouTube. I tried so hard for years to start a YouTube channel. No success. It feels like Kevin always had success. He literally had a YouTube channel where he just played mobile games and he got 300 subscribers in like a week. Although I feel like they were all bot accounts, but I can't prove it. Again, this was back in like 2016, 17. So YouTube was different back then. After Funny Puppets was my own account called, so stupid, Spoonsonator, which is stupid. It lasted like a week and I changed it to Squid Skewer, which is also stupid. And then I quit for a couple of years. And then I made another channel called Turduncan. Why Turduncan? It just came to my brain randomly, that's why. And that channel is still up somewhere in the ethernet. I think the only video that's still up on that channel anyway is me showing off Terry, my tarantula, the day I got her, which is actually, she's in the big cage right over there. She's my tarantula. I can grab her. Usually I would never grab my tarantulas just because it's dangerous for them, but she's actually sick right now. She's in an ICU, so I'll grab her. Today's Thursday. I put her in here on Tuesday because she did not look very good. She looked very dehydrated, so here we go. I've never shown her on camera on this channel, I don't think. This is Terry. This is my tarantula. She is a very big girl. Look at her jiggle, 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 jiggle. Oh, careful, girl. Don't come out. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. No! No! Okay, I got her back in the container. Anyway, she's in an ICU because she looked very dehydrated, and I've never seen her like that. And I did lose a tarantula dehydration, unfortunately. So I'm not going to make the same mistake. And I got her in here as soon as possible. She still looked a little sick. I put her in there. She walked around a little. She still looks dehydrated. So she's in here. Anyway, back to the video. Where was I? I can't remember. It took me, I don't know how long to get her back in the bowl. We're trying to be very careful because she's very wobbly because she looks dehydrated. And they can bolt, which is run really fast. And I was trying to be very careful so she didn't do that and fall off my bed. I'm responsible. Trust me. It just, things happen. Trust me. I've had her since that video came out back in, I don't know when. All I know is I was in middle school when I got her, and I am out of high school. I'll just say that. I actually think I got her in 2018. Now it's 2026. So 8 years. I know that candle looks like it's really close to her. It's just the angle. Trust me, it's not. Anyway, like I said, back to where I was. Where was I? Oh, right. That channel is still up on YouTube somewhere. You could try and find it. And then after that, I started this channel, which was originally called Phoenix, because I thought phoenixes were cool. But I decided to change it to Shark just because I always loved sharks. They were my favorite animal. So I'm like, let's just do it, sharks. It's simple. It's easy. It's a word I can actually spell because, believe it or not, I have dyslexia. So I can't spell that good. I do have two other, I guess, brain issues. I'm not going to get too much into, but I do have autism and ADHD, which, again, I'm not going to get into because I hate when YouTubers make big deal about those things. Like, I have autism, I have ADHD. And it's like, I don't care. So do I. I don't make it a public statement being like, okay, look at me, give me likes and stuff. Like, which sucks because some of my favorite YouTubers have done videos about, oh, I have autism, I have ADHD, which I don't care if you do. I just don't feel like it needs to be a spectacle. I don't know. It just makes me feel bad, I guess. I started this channel in technically 2018. Yeah, 2018 sounds right because it was right after I abandoned the Turduncan channel because I didn't like the name and that was the email, and I just made my own email for the first time. I actually had like a email with my name and stuff, which I'm starting to think isn't actually smart to have your YouTube email as your real email. So I'll have to figure out how to switch that if like something might happen. And that's when I named it Phoenix, and then I named it Shark sometime like 2 years ago, I think. After I made the Phoenix channel, I did streaming on my PlayStation 5. If you go back and look at old streams, I'll be like, hey guys, it's Phoenix and yada yada yada. But I stopped doing that because it wasn't going anywhere. I remember I would just do it in the middle of the night during summer while everyone was asleep and not bothering me because I live in a very noisy house. People are always yelling back and forth. Like my brother would be like, hey, big bro, can you get me a drink? And I'll be like, yeah, fat bro, give me a minute. Like that, you know? Like instead of going up to someone and asking them something, I would just yell it across the house. So middle of the night was the only time I can record. Same with like right now. The only time I can actually record is when no one's home. The only person I'm actually comfortable being in the house when I'm recording is my brother and maybe my sister sometimes. But if anyone else is in the house, I do not feel comfortable recording. That's why you might see gaps in my video sometimes, because a lot of times my Nana, if people don't know what a Nana is, just grandma, whatever, comes over, which I appreciate, but I don't feel comfortable recording when anyone is in the house, except for my brother. For the most part, again, sometimes my sister, but besides that, it's mainly just my brother. My sister doesn't live with us no more. She moved out. Anyway, back in 24, I think it was 24, is when I started actually doing YouTube in this house, which is when I actually tried. Believe it or not, I do not own a computer. What I started recording on was this. This is a crappy HP laptop. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 200 gigabytes SSD, which is very small. I don't even think it's 200. I think it's 175, which is the storage. 175 gigabytes, I think, is on this thing. My phone has more. Seriously, I think my phone's 200 gigabytes. This is only 175. And this thing is a piece of crap. It really is. The only thing that saved my channel using this was this. An Elgato capture card. Let me tell you a story about Elgato and why I love them. Me and Kevin always want to start a YouTube channel, and one of the ways we knew we could do it was if we bought a capture card. And the one we always dreamed of getting was $60, I think, and it was the Elgato HD60 capture card. We could never afford it, so we never ended up doing console videos. We were gonna do it on the Wii U. We didn't have a computer anyway, so we couldn't record it, but we didn't know that. And when I actually had enough money about 2 years ago, I actually splurged on the Elgato HD60X, the 250 or 80, I can't remember how much it was. It was over 250 or more for this. Being honest though, at the time, I didn't know there were any other capture cards in the world. I just thought it was Elgato. I didn't know you could buy like a 31 off Amazon. If I knew that, I probably would have bought that and not so an expensive one like this, but I like this one, and this should last me many years anyway, because this is a very high quality capture card. Anyway, the capture card is basically what saved my channel from, I guess, pure death. Because without it, I couldn't have been recording for the past 2 years. It would have stopped at like the Reddit 50/50 video from like 24. I think that's the video actually where I hit 50 subscribers. And the computer I'm using right now is very good. 16 gigabytes RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and other very good specs. When you put it in like that spec website, it says this is probably one of the best you get, that the website can actually go. It's like got full bar being like 100%, 100%, 100% UFO status, basically. And it's not mine. It's also my brother's. I don't know if I said this is my brother's laptop. This computer is also his. He just lets me use it because he doesn't play video games that much. And he knows I've been trying to do YouTube for a long time. So he's letting me borrow his computer. He uses it too. I'm not stealing it, but he lets me record and edit on it. And now I can do a lot more games. But technically, I still don't own my own computer. But ever since he let me borrow this, so far the channel has been almost skyrocketing. Freaking engagement's gone through the roof, likes, views. The only thing that hasn't is actually comments, which is actually, believe it or not, for me unfortunate, because my favorite part of YouTube is comments. Like, I actually prefer getting comments over subscribers. So you got subscribers, you got likes, you got views, and then you got comments. And out of the four, my favorite, oh, and engagement. Obviously, engagement's my, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. I'm so sorry. Engagement is obviously the best because that's what helps you channel. But besides that, comments, which count as engagement, are my favorite. I've always loved reading comments. Comments have always been my #1 favorite thing on my videos. I prefer comments over likes. I prefer comments over views. Some of my videos have hundreds of views and no comments. And it kind of makes me sad because comments are my absolute favorite. I love reading them. I love responding to them because I always love talking to people, but I actually have very bad social anxiety. So texting is my best way of communicating. Like, I hate phone calls. I would just love if people just texted me instead of call me, but obviously that's not always an option. So calls it is, which gets me to another point. I don't have any friends. I don't want sympathy. Okay, calm down. I don't really mind too much. You know, I mean, yeah, it'd be fun to play with people, but it's not necessary. Again, I don't want sympathy, really. I don't want sympathy. I don't want pettiness. What I want is a community of people. You guys. Like I said at the beginning, my dream was to be a YouTuber ever since I was little. And 200 subscribers seemed impossible. I remember my friend Kevin started a YouTube channel, and within a week he got 300, and then he just quit YouTube because he quit so many times, more than me. I quit like 4 times. He quit like, I don't know how many times. Anyway, I can't believe we're at 200 subscribers. It is just so unreal that I'm even at 200. I don't think lots of people actually know how much effort I put into YouTube. I currently don't actually have a job because, like I said earlier, I have really bad social anxiety. Although I have been getting better at talking to people. I don't want to be like a baby where it's like, oh my God, I can't work, because I can work. I've had a job before. I worked at my uncle's company. And that's the thing, like, if I can never find a job, I know I'm technically always gonna have a job at my uncle's company. There's always a spot open for me at my uncle's company. So that's why I'm not really scared of the job market too much, because I know at the end of the day, I always got a spot if I really need it. And I know not everyone has that luxury. And the reason I don't have a job currently, even though I could get one, is I'm very fortunate that my parents, especially my mom, in a way is understanding of this is what I want to do, is YouTube. And she's known ever since I was little that YouTube is what I wanted to do. Like, my sister can be, I don't know how to say it nicely, an asshole, and is always yelling at me to get a job. But then my mom's, you know, she's always like, it's a process, it takes time. And I thank my mom for that, even though she doesn't 100% understand what I do specifically. She doesn't watch any of my videos or subscribed or anything. Kind of glad she's not, because that'd be a little embarrassing of the stuff I said. Because this is going to sound really weird. You know how there are YouTubers where it's like, all right, you got YouTuber persona and real life persona. I have that, except the opposite is my quote real persona is YouTube and my fake persona is not YouTube. It's reverse. I'm more in real life, I'm more quiet and timid. In the videos, I'm loud and I make jokes like my schlong is the side of the Eiffel Tower kind of jokes. And believe it or not, the camera me is the real me, while the not camera me is the not real me technically. I feel so comfortable talking to the camera and putting on the internet for millions of people to see than I do in real life and like 10 people see it. And I don't know why. And I'm just so glad I have the opportunity from my parents to not have a job currently and try YouTube. I doubt my YouTube channel will even go anywhere. I guarantee it will just disappear into the ether. Something's gonna happen. I'm just gonna have to abandon ship. And I really, really hope that doesn't happen. That would be the biggest failure in my life. And I already consider myself a huge failure. This is something I've never talked about on camera, but I didn't graduate high school. Believe it or not, I never even finished my first year of high school. You probably believe it, I can't read or do math. But no, I never finished my first year of high school. Technically, I'm a freshman still. I only went to high school for 6 months. Now, this wasn't by 100% choice. What happened was COVID. Everyone knows that. And in the pandemic. And then everyone's doing online school. And they offered to give computers out. But I said, no, I don't want a school computer. One, turns out they were spying on you. That wasn't even a joke. Two, I did not want to be responsible if it broke and I'd have to pay that back. I was not going to be responsible for that. So I said no. And because of that, I never graduated high school. I don't have a high school diploma. I never finished my freshman year. I only went to school for 6 months. I know it was exactly 6 months because the last day of school was the second trimester of high school. It was the last day of the second trimester. But anyway, thank you for 200 subscribers. This is amazing. This video took a long time to make, even though I got 200 yesterday. I've recorded this video I don't know how many times. I think this is the third time, and each one has been an hour, so I've been doing this for about 3 hours. Like I said, I don't have a script, so it's all been winging it and just talking from my heart, I guess, not to make it weird. Oh, hide that, that's for later. But yeah, I'm fortunate that I have parents who are at least letting me give this a go instead of go and find a job in this economy right now. And I really hope my YouTube channel will grow. One of the things I really want to do is for my mom. My mom always wanted to visit Hawaii, but we never had the money to. So one of the dreams is that I would make enough money from YouTube, just enough to take her to Hawaii. And then after that, if, I don't know, YouTube wanted to strike my channel down, delete it forever, I would be happy, I guess. My mom really wants to go see Pearl Harbor, and it's the one thing I really want to do for her, especially because she's the one who's at least given me a chance. My dad, honestly, he didn't care for YouTube. He thought it was stupid. He's always like, it's dumb, it's unstable, and in a way he's right, because YouTube is unpredictable. But he gave in at some point. He was like, all right, fine, give it a try. It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. There's nothing else in this world I've wanted to do more. You know, as a kid, where you would write what do you want to do when you grow up? Every single time, YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. It has never been another thing. It has never been another thing to the point where I never thought about a backup plan. You know, when you have your dream job like a doctor, you're like, okay, this is my backup plan in case this doesn't happen. Then some people have a third or fourth backup plan. I never had one backup plan. This was the only plan. YouTube is the only thing I've ever wanted to do. And I know I'm being dramatic, only at 200 subscribers anyway. That's not even enough for memberships. Memberships start at 500, which I'm not gonna do memberships, at least for a long time, because I'm not gonna have you guys pay for content that's not gonna exist. Anyway, this video is long enough. Thank you guys for 200 subscribers. Like I said before, it means a lot to me, and the next goal is 500. Obviously, I'll make probably another video or post being like, thanks for 300, 400, but 500 is definitely where I'm gonna make another, oh yeah, here we go kind of video, you know, like this one. And then after that, we'll do 1,000, and then 1,000 is a big milestone. But anyway, yeah, thanks for 200. You guys are the best. I'm gonna regret this. Sorry, desk. Whee! My desk and floor is covered in confetti now. Ah, like in the West. Oh, it's like my microphone. It's covered in confetti. Anyway, yeah, thanks for 200 subscribers. I love you guys. Hey, I never said this before. I really haven't. But hey, subscribe. Hey, and share it. Share it. Please get more people out to the community. I really want to build a higher, stronger community of people, and encourage people to leave comments. Like I said, they're my absolute favorite thing. All right, see you guys later. Peace.